Alright guys, how you doing? Welcome back to another video. Today, we are doing the definitive kit review. You might have seen a few kit reviews recently. We've been looking at the best home away kits, whatever of this season. But today, it's about the 10 best football kits of all time. Ever. Okay, it's a very subjective thing, so you guys probably won't agree with any choice we make. That's kind of how these videos work. But we're going to try, and for various reasons, select what we think are the 10 best football shirts of all time. Let us know your opinions in the comments section. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the sponsor for today's video. So today's video is sponsored by CyberGhost VPN. Okay, it's one of the oldest and most trusted VPN services in the industry. With over 36 million users, CyberGhost are the highest rated VPN on Trustpilot. So if you want to keep yourself safe online, this is the way to do it. CyberGhost VPN can help you stay secure online on up to 7 devices and help you get access to geo-restricted content when traveling, such as getting onto the YouTube trending page from your home country instead of where you're away at the time. With so many different subscriptions now needed for watching football, for example, a lot of people are using devices like Fire Sticks to get all their streaming services on one device. And CyberGhost VPN have their own dedicated app for Fire Sticks, so you can stay secure online when watching all of your football. They also have an amazing sign-up offer going right now. If you subscribe for 12 months, you get 79% off. Right? And then you get another 6 months thrown on top for free. That's unbelievable. They also have a 45-day money-back guarantee. So, back to today's topic. Of course, I'm joined with my brother Seb again.
Yes, guys.
Seb, another kit review, but this is the definitive kit review. You're going to do 5. I'm going to do 5. People in the comments at home can decide which one they think's the best, or maybe they can tell us they think we missed a kit. But what are you starting off today's countdown with?
Well, it's an interesting one because there are so many good kits out there. Well, there are probably kits out there we've never even seen before. But what it's about is, what does it make you feel as an individual? So I do think there are a lot of individual lists. There are some kits that are just great kits, but a lot of my list means something particularly to me as well. I think a lot goes about the period of when they are. I think there may be a theme in my kits anyway, about the time when I was most engrossed in football. But to get things going, here we go. Look at this beautiful man. David Ginola rocking that classic black and white Newcastle strip from the early Premier League days. The one for me that leaps out about this kit, I think it was the one they used in that 4-3 classic match against Liverpool, that unbelievable match, probably one of the greatest Premier League matches ever. But such a beautiful kit. It simplifies everything about Newcastle United. Obviously, black and white stripes, the Magpies, that nice Newcastle brown owl. I mean, what a good synergetic sponsor there. It's just a great football kit. It's not probably one that you'd get from maybe a Spanish person. Wouldn't say, oh yeah, that one from England, Newcastle. But for me, growing up in the Premier League historic eras, this one's great. It's going in early for me, but it's a great kit, mate.
I'm very much with you on this one, Seb. It's a beautiful kit. I think one of the reasons we love this kit is it's when Newcastle are at their best as well. Yeah. It's when they nearly won the Premier League. Oh, love it if we beat them. Yeah. All that. And it's also from the golden era of football when you got 2 years out of a kit instead of 1 year. This is the 97 to 99 Newcastle kit. Now, obviously, it's all about, you know, one kit per season, more money, as much as possible from the fans. So you get less time to fall in love with the kit.
True, very true. That's a good point, actually. The kits did used to last longer, and therefore you get more exposure to them. They've got a longer amount of football to have great, crazy moments in them. And I think it is those crazy moments that tie you to a kit. There's definitely a personal connection between either a player or a moment to all of my kits.
I think it's also worth saying that the hashtag home kits have also been 2 seasons and away kit. We have our kits for 2 seasons, guys. We don't do this 1 season nonsense. We grew up in that era. We're giving you that era back. Hashtag UTD.com. We're not really in competition here. You just picked 5 kits. I'll pick 5 kits. You've got some kits on your list that I might have had on mine as well, but we're obviously picking 10 together. My next one is the most off-piste I think I've got on my list. Okay. I really not even seen it that much before on a football pitch. I remember when it came out, and I remember the reason it came out, and I was reminded of it when I looked into some kits research recently. But I have to single out this kit for the entrepreneurial nature of it. So we're looking at the 2004-2005 Newport County kit. Okay, not the biggest club in the world. In fact, people not from the UK might not have even heard of them. It's a small Welsh club in the lower leagues of English professional football. But specifically, I'm looking at this one for the sponsorship, okay, and the way it's come about. If you don't know, Goldie Looking Chain were like a comedy rap band in the sort of mid-noughties, and they got a bit of money. They were doing all right with their first album, and they sponsored their local team, Newport County. They're from Wales, but the team, the band is called Goldie Looking Chain. The kit is already naturally sort of gold anyway. That's the colour scheme, and they've actually got the chain on the kit to incorporate the badge in the chain, and then GLC, Gold Looking Chain, being the kit sponsors. We talk about synergy. between sponsorships. We talk about a kit being built around a good sponsor. With the older kits and some of the international kits we might look at today, you don't have sponsorship. When you have sponsorship and you make it work, I think it's even better than when you don't have it.
I've never seen this kit before, and I just want to thank you for bringing it to my attention because I think it's awesome. I'll be honest, if I just look at the kit itself, it doesn't do a huge amount for me. But as soon as you learn that story and you see the GLC and the chain, you think, fair play, that's out there. What this will do is get people talking, right? And I would probably want to own this kit as a collector's item more than because I actually want to wear it. So it's a great smashing kit. I like there being some unique stories here. We're not going to just go down the boring one and just the ones that are the obvious necessarily all the time. Well played, sir. I commend you. I'm actually going to give that as 1 point to you if we're doing it that way.
We're not, but I'll take it. Shout out to Aria as well, who have started to get into football kits a little bit more recently, but they've been doing it since 2004-05 here with this number, and they've made it into the top 10.
Yeah, very, very nice. Smart.
Okay, what you got next?
Okay, so next one for me is more to my traditional actual aesthetics. But obviously, there is a man who wears it very, very well. It's the 2016 Argentina kit. Now, everyone knows I like blue. Blue does a lot for me. I like navy blue particularly, but I like navy blue and light blue combined. And this is what you get in a little accent here on the Argentina kit. I just love the Argentina kit. Always have done. They very rarely make a bad kit. And this particular one, I think, looks... it's particularly nice because there is that little bit of dark blue there to accent it, but not too much. It's a classic kit. The only thing I'll say is they've never really, in my generation or our generation, fulfilled the potential that Argentina have. With Messi and Aguero and co. They should have won something by now, and I always say, not for another video, but I think that will be the thing that taints Messi's legacy, that he hasn't won the World Cup like other Argentinian greats like Maradona have done. So it's a fantastic kit. It's right up there for me, aesthetically looking, but it falls short on becoming imperial for that reason.
Solid international kit. You know, it's synonymous with multiple different World Cups you mentioned because it's so consistent. And I think, if Messi and Maradona had never worn it, then you probably wouldn't be interested in it. But
yeah, I just prefer this one. If you look at some of the other Argentina kits, some of them don't have this dark blue accent. They just have all white and blue. And it's like, I think it's a bit weak, but that little bit of dark blue pops it, makes it a little bit more aggressive. And that's what I like about it.
Well, I'm going to continue that trend, Seb, go with another international kit. And I'm going to go with the Nigeria 2018 kit. Now, when this kit came out, it made some serious waves. And literally, it's almost got like a wavy design. It's very, very cool. And people that are no connection to Nigeria whatsoever wanted to buy it. That, for me, is a great sign of an international kit. Because if you're making people that haven't got an affiliation to that place want to buy the kit, it means you've done a great job designing it. I think it was fairly unique in its appearance, its colour scheme. It was part of a whole kind of... Last few years, Nigeria have been smashing it. Home, away for the last few iterations of their kit. So it's like a whole new different strategy for them. But this was the one that really kicked it off. I think Nigeria have done really well in like making people almost like, not their second favourite nation, but like a team that people want to get behind, want to see do well. Obviously, there's a lot of Nigerian diaspora around the world who, when this kit came out, I think they felt a better sense of community and wanted to support their country at the World Cup in Russia because of the kit. That is exactly what the kit's job is to do. Get a team and a fan base excited. It did that. It got me excited for Nigeria. So they've smashed it here.
I totally agree. I think they set a tone with this sort of kit for what's been to come in recent years with other teams doing the same. African nations have always done something with a certain look, a certain speedy look to their kit, very athletic look. And I think it sums up, when you watch the Nigerians supporting their team, they look like they're having a good time, win, lose or draw. And this kit is exciting. It's a fun kit. I don't know if I'd necessarily wear it myself. I don't think I could pull it off personally, but I think it looks incredible on some of the guys wearing it there. So yeah, it's a nice one. It's out there. It won't be for everybody, but I like it.
It goes back to that thing we've talked about in previous reviews about, again, maybe not for everyone, but it's the sort of kit you might want to wear in the pub. It's a casual top in that way. Right, what you got next?
Okay, I'm going to call this one the Battistuta top. It's Fiorentina. It's 1998. It's the home shirt, the famous Nintendo sponsorship. They've got a few iterations of that, but this particular one, for me, it just feels iconic from my era. People from a more modern generation might not feel this way about it, but people that grew up watching Italia 90 on Channel 4 will know the feeling you get when you hear goal and you see Battistuta banging them in, Ariel Ortega in that team as well. Unbelievable. It's an iconic kit. It reminds me a bit of the Harchester United, the Dream Team kit in the purple as well, but it stands out there. And again, it's got that sort of feeling. I don't own it, but I want to own this kit. Probably not to wear it, just to have it. And when I was researching kits for this, I watched loads of Batistuta montages. Oh my God, they just don't make them like him anymore, mate. What a player. I'm going to call this one the Batistuta kit. I love it.
Completely agree. If it wasn't on your list, it would have been on mine. The Nintendo sponsorship is fantastic. The way it colour matches with the badge as well. And yeah, you're right. It was part of a selection of great Fiorentina kits. Not even just the Nintendo sponsorship. I mean, take a look at this one. I'm going to get up on the screen now. This was really popular as well. This 7-Up. There is one big controversy with not this shirt, but one of the other Fiorentina shirts in the 90s. I'm going to show you now.
Tell me.
This was the shirt I'm referring to. This Fiorentina shirt, also very cool. Also another really kind of classic sponsor in 7-Up. And I'm not going to lie, I looked at this shirt and I looked at getting myself one of classic football shirts until it was pointed out to me something very controversial, which I think was accidental in the design of it, but has become very controversial since this shirt came out. Can you spot it?
I mean, is it that there's like an inadvertent swastika in there?
It is. There is swastikas.
I mean, I didn't see it for a while, but when you mentioned it, I've gone looking. I mean, it's inadvertent, right? It's definitely an inadvertent one. Right? I'm hoping it's an inadvertent one.
You'd like to think so. It's by accident. If you can't see it, guys, look to the shoulder area here, just on the shoulder, both beneath his hair. It's quite. There is a swastika design there, even though it's probably by accident. It's affected this shirt's legacy massively. Because if that's not there, that design's slightly different. It's a classic.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, next one for me, 1998. It's a World Cup year, of course, and my first World Cup that I can remember, so maybe nostalgic, but this goes beyond nostalgia. It's actually a classic kit. It's definitely one that divides opinion, but for the same reason I like the Nigeria shirt, I like this 1998 Mexico shirt. Funnily enough, that's 2 green shirts I've had already. I'm not usually a fan of green shirts, because I think they camouflage with the pitch a bit, but the designs on this, the cultural references on this Mexico kit, I love it, and I think it's special.
Yeah, it's interesting because it was just before this where Mexico made a big statement with their Jorge Campos kit, that goalkeeper kit, the one that we use as a bit of inspiration for the old hashtag United goalkeeper kits. Like very out there, brash, made a lot of noise. Everyone knows what the Jorge Campos kit was. But also this one reminds me, is it Blanco that did that little skill move where he put the ball in between his legs and hopped over somebody? It was like first of its time. So this does stand for something. And again, once again, takes me back to that era of football. Sort of when I was 13 years old, just a special time.
Another kit provider which doesn't necessarily isn't synonymous with the mainstream football. This one's ABA Sport. You got to clap them.
Fair play. I like them to take a risk like that. They've done well with it. And I'll be honest, I never realised how intricate the design was in this kit until you brought it up. Like looking at the players wearing it, you sort of can see from afar there's something going on, but it's great to see it in this much detail. Well played. Next one for me, going back to when I was actually barely even old enough to know what this kit was. So I've definitely fallen more au fait with this in more recent times. It's Germany 1988 kit. It's actually West Germany, I should say. Very, very classic design. Just something about the colours that pop there. A very strong German side, of course, from back in this era. It feels, to me, if you line up against these boys, you're a little bit afraid before you even kick your first football. They were so... their reputations preceded themselves. They had pretty good away kits around this era as well. But this one particularly feels to me like an iconic shirt, especially with the fact that West Germany technically don't exist anymore. Well, don't exist anymore.
No, they don't. I really like this shirt as well. It's very stylish. You could wear it out. And the way they've designed the 3 colours of the German flag is so unique. You know, it's not copying any other that I'm aware of anyway, kit design or anything. It's just completely novel to this kit. And yeah, it jumps off the page for me. Next shirt for me, another Mexican theme, this time being a Mexican club. Is Club America's kit from 1994-1996 2-season spell. Now, again, some of the shirts I'm picking are a little bit out there, a little bit extrovert, but that's for me what makes this shirt so special. Again, you might hate it, you might not want to wear it down the pub with your mates, but the design is so strong, so unique, the colours are popping, the sponsorship looks great in Coca-Cola. I mean, what's not to like, Seb?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, I don't like it. When you originally put this one on screen, I thought it was the Columbia kit, and therefore I can get behind that because it makes me think of Carlos Valderrama and that amazing hair of his. But, I mean, I get that it's colourful and it's bright, but for me, the black, the red and the blue, it's not a colour combo I particularly like. I don't feel any connection. It looks like a load of colours jumbled together. I'm not actually a massive fan of this one, but I get why some would be.
Very interesting. Let me know in the comments below if you're a fan or not a fan of this Club America kit. What you got next?
So, for me, this is my last one, and it definitely... full disclosure, is an emotional pick. 1998, again, England, Argentina. I call it the Michael Owen kit, the 20. I remember wearing that shirt with pride. I was so happy to see Michael Owen get a start. I was so wanting him to play after that Romania goal. He comes and scores that wonderful goal. And I'll be honest, if he doesn't score that goal and it wasn't Michael Owen, this kit is not in my top 5. But because he did, and it takes me back to the moment where back to a time where I maybe thought I could have been a footballer still, 12, 13 years old, still thought I was a striker, playing off a big man, little man. I'd be that quick guy nipping in behind, basically wanted to be Michael Owen. This kit just makes me all that excitement. The 20 on the front, I think it was a novel thing back then to have numbers on the front. It was to me anyway. And I just love everything about it. That goal, the Beckham element to it, putting that ball through, the Owen finish, the commentary. I remember ripping my top off, running down our road at our parents' house back then in Brentwood. Just everything about it, mate. It's just special to me. And I actually prefer it with the white shorts, which was what we wore in the Argentina game, because of how much I love that moment to it. But it's this shirt. I've got it somewhere. I'm desperate to find it.
I've got it.
Have you got it?
So you've got it. You had it at the time, but I actually bought it about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The number 20 on the front.
Did you get 20 on the front?
Yeah, I love it. It's two things we've talked about: is the number on the front, centralised
nature,
everything. Doesn't work all the time. We've actually brought it back for the current England kit with the Nike.
Yeah,
they've got it all.
It works better
centralised
for
now.
international, doesn't it?
It does. You get away with
sponsor.
With no, yeah, exactly. It doesn't work as well with a sponsor there, but it is a great kit, mate. And for the same reasons, if you're not an England fan, it probably doesn't look that good to you.
Totally
and there's
agree.
probably better England kits that've been over the years. There's other ones in the 80s era that were really strong.
Spen, I can smell it still. I can smell the printing because of how novel it was for me to have a shirt with numbers on the front. Every time I wore it, I felt like I just felt wonderful. I can actually honestly smell that smell now, and it takes you back. And that is what it is all about. Football is about emotion, and this takes me back to that real. Even the button was really flimsy. If you actually properly analyse it, the button was awful. That flimsy little button is like a circular thing with a little flip around. It was really unpractical, but everything about it, yeah.
I think that's a difference you're seeing between Seb and I's reviews. Seb is very heart-based, how the kit made you feel.
Yep.
Mine is very much aesthetic, how does the kit look?
Yep.
And some of those kits I've picked I have no emotional connection to.
Yep.
I think both is really important to look at. So that's why it's hopefully a good list. Let us know what you think. I've got one kit left to show you. Again, doesn't mean anything to me, like in terms of emotional connection, but I think you've got to acknowledge the strength of this kit. 1988, so 10 years prior to that England kit you just showed.
Same as the Germany one.
The year I was born as well. I think it's a classic kit, mate. And I've always been a fan of Dutch football teams, Dutch football players, and pretty much Dutch football kits. It's a very vibrant orange. When you think of an orange kit, you think of Holland.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't think of anyone else, really. And they've had a lot of good kits over the years, but this, if you look at it in action as well, this was a very, very strong kit. Look at this, Van Basten, Ruud Gullit, a great era for Dutch football as well. And I'm a big fan of it. What do you think?
Yeah, I love it. I actually own this kit. One of the first kits I ever bought. I bought it for £6 at a boot stall. Boot sale at boot sale for £6 back in the day when I was like 15. What I do remember happening is that that badge started to peel off a lot in the wash. I always remember that. But yeah, lovely kit. You can there's elements of this in the current #away kit. Those shapes in the middle, slightly different direction, obviously black and purple. But yeah, it's a fantastic kit, and this was very close to making my top 5 as well.
Well, there you go. They are our top 10 football kits of all time. Quite a lot of international kits in there.
Yeah, there are. Yeah,
there's something in that. I think that tells you.
Not many modern kits.
Well, a lot of international kits are around for a couple of years. Again, so you have more time to get involved with them, particularly back in the day. I think there's not always sponsors, which whilst I think, as I said before, when a good sponsor is done well, it makes the kit.
Definitely.
It can also ruin the kit. And with international, you don't really have to worry about that. But equally, I don't know if it's the same for you, but for me, World Cups are the pinnacle of football.
Yeah,
and when you see the international kit on display, it gets you excited, and there's that element of patriotism you don't have with a club kit. So I don't know if you guys are the same, and you think that international kits often kind of get your imagination going a little bit more than club kits. But let us know in the comments below if any of these would be in your top 10. What have we missed? I mean, we had to be pretty selective here now. There's like a whole list of shirts we didn't put in
loads, yeah.
that are very strong. Of course, if you want to get involved in CyberGhost VPN, check out the link in the description. Thanks to them for sponsoring this video as well. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Check out Seb on Golf for more top quality golf content. Have you ever done any golf? You've done a lot of golf equipment reviews, but what about golf merch review?
Wearing it right now. New Adidas winter range.
There you go.
Golf merch coming at you. Like Cleopatra.
Done.
Don't think she was into golf actually, but that's ultimately what cost her in the end.
If Cleopatra had been into golf, she'd still be alive
Still
now.
be on the
You
front,
heard
mate.
it here first. Subscribe to 7 Golf for more top quality insights like that. And we'll see you on another video soon. Until next time, don't go changing.